Radical.
I suppose I should get back to those Goodwill auctions. Tonight I'm trying to land me an Xbox One with the power brick. I figure the power brick is $50. $50 for that motherfucker. So I got this Xbox One that didn't have the power brick at an auction, and I don't know if that works. So I figure if I get a power brick and then it doesn't work, then I'm out $50 for a power brick, at least brand new. I know you can get the cheapos, the non-Microsoft ones, but I kind of want an authentic Microsoft power brick. So my thinking is I get another Xbox One, and that way it has a power brick. I can test both systems. So after I record this, I'm going to go in there and try to have some luck with an auction tonight. There's one that has some stickers on it. Sometimes the consoles with the stickers, they don't go for as high, and I can easily get the stickers off and then get the residue off with some stuff. I want to talk about the fact that I almost went to a game store and I waited. And it's good that I waited, and the game store wasn't GameStop, it was a local game store. And it's a good thing that I waited, right? I mean, the guy at the game store, he usually is out of all of his consoles. But I was going to go there and break down and get me a PS2. Because I got a lot of PS2 games I want to test out and get sold at flea market. And if he had a PS4, I was going to get me a PS4. Because this weekend at the flea market, I had about 10 people asking if I have PS4 games. So I'm like, I kept saying I do, but I can't test them because I don't have a PS4. So it's one of them things. I'm buying consoles, getting consoles now, not really to play them, but so I can test out games. Isn't that crazy? So a PS4 I'm not going to get from this one guy I'm going to talk about because he doesn't have an extra one. But when it comes to the days of me searching Goodwill to find consoles basically to test games out on might be over, because this guy that I talk with, and I'm not going to go into the full story of Kevin that I met this past weekend at a flea market. That'll be in a separate flea market stories. Not sure if this is a flea market story or not. I'm so disorganized here. But I just want to tell a story of this, the communication with Kevin. So right after I decided not to go to that game store and pick up some consoles, he texted me, and I'll try to include him here if I have the time. I might not have the time to. He included lots of pictures of everything he had and a description of everything he had. Well, I told him I'd be interested in maybe a PS2. He texted me 2 pictures of PS2s. One has some weird wax burn in on the top of it, and maybe I can scratch that wax off and paint it. I'm not sure. And then there's another one that he said has an issue with the power plug, to where if you put something like some CDs or something on the power plug behind, it'll turn on. I'm thinking it's just something loose on the motherboard. Maybe it's something I can even kind of rig to work outside of it. Just depends on it. And he said he tested it. He put some on the back power plug and it works fine. I'm like, dude, I just need something to test. I mean, it'd be cool to have some PS2s to sell, but, to me, the money's really in the games. The consoles, unless you can get them for $20, really the money you're going to make is actually, getting the games in bulk and then reselling the games. But to sell those games, you got to verify that they work, and you have to have the consoles at home to test them out. Well, I told him that I want him to bring, whenever he gets a chance, to bring the PS2s to my table. And I'm even really going to just do some trading or game credit or store credit or whatnot. So I'll get out of actually paying money for it, because if I do game credit, then that's a discount to me, because let's say it's a game that I got for $2-3, I sell for $15-20, and he gets maybe $100, then really ideally I only pay like maybe $15-20, for this working system. So that's what I like to do if all possible. My idea is to get things in lots and then upsell them, and then I do trade in store credit, and then boom, there you go. I've actually saved money if I'm actually having to go buy these systems. But man, what all did he have? He texted me pictures of 2 different Wiis. He's got a black Wii, he's got a white Wii. He has got an N64. It looks kind of rough, needs some cleaning. And he admitted that, sometimes it could take some TLC or whatnot. And what else did he have? 2 GameCubes, 1 silver, 1 purple. The silver one, he said, has an issue with the eject button, but it's something maybe I could like work on and fix. He says it works. It's just like the eject button's kind of weird and the power button kind of sticks. I said it's probably just like, he said his nephew had it, probably just like sticky candy fingers or whatnot. Maybe some gunk got in there. Happens with controllers a lot, and I can fix those easy with spray away glass cleaner. Just spray it into the insides and the outsides of the buttons. And he had, what else did he have? He showed me. Something else he showed me. But it was a lot of stuff. And I made the mistake of calling this guy. I was sitting in the Walmart parking lot, going to take back a heater. And I didn't really intend to, borrow it from Walmart, but I got the heater. And it was a piece of shit little heater, right? It was like a mainstays heater. And it didn't really work that good, even on full power, actually. The purpose was to take it to the flea market and warm my hands at the outside. But you know what? It didn't really even work that good. And I mean, it's a mainstays heater, so I wasn't expecting much. But still, it's still $20 with tax. Might have been like 21, 22, I'm not sure. With tax, 24 and change. How do I know this? Because I took it back to Walmart in the original box. Yes, it was complete in box. I took back the heater to Walmart, and I said something along the lines of, well, you know what? It's just, sometimes it makes a weird, funny sound, which wasn't a lie because, if you listen to a heater, it does make some weird, funny sounds. But that's what I said. And I had the receipt, and it was under 30 days, and I got my money back. So basically, essentially, I borrowed the heater from Walmart. Now it's getting warmer weather. I don't think I'll need a heater again. But in my defense, they were out of the nice heaters, okay? They were out of the nice quartz heaters. I was going to get one of those, but not my fault that they were out and all they had was like little shitty mainstays heater. So, I lost myself. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, I lost myself. So anyways, I was going to take this heater back, and my mistake was calling this guy. Because have you ever talked to somebody that you can't even get a word in? Now, maybe it's a positive because he's so happy to talk with somebody about retro gaming stuff. At the table, he was at the table a lot, and he did buy some things. Okay. But I think in the future, I'm going to have to, at the flea market, have a designated space to where I can walk to the corner and talk with the guy, because it actually kind of sometimes can hurt your sales if the guy's in front of your games and you're talking to the guy. So I need to devise a way where I can actually move away and say, well, I got to do something over here. Follow me, talk with me over here. That way it'll actually free up that frontage space. Front space. Yeah, I made the mistake of calling him. I regret it now because the guy would not fucking shut up. Oh my God. Nice guy. But I didn't know how to end the conversation. And he was excited. I guess he looks at me in high regard. He was just so excited to stop by at the table. He sees me as a legitimate retro game dealer. He even called me like, hey, Rick the retro game guy or whatever. I'm not sure. He was excited. And it's always good to have excited customers. And, I want to do the guy favors. I do. Like he mentioned that he had like a lot of scratched up games, and there's a separate side story. I'll just quickly say this. He was in a GameStop, and there was a guy looking to see, you're getting a bonus GameStop story, right? Only it's not my story. He went in there with a stack of discs, and he was going to return them to GameStop, and they were loose. And GameStop said they didn't want anything to do with them because they were like in loose, like black laser line case or whatever. And this guy went to this other guy, and he wanted like maybe $80, $100 for him. Then the guy looked at the disc with the condition they were in. He's like, man, no, man, I wouldn't give you really anything for these. Said they were dirty, got gunk on them and whatnot. And then he says, come on, give me some money. And he's like, nah, I really can't. So the guy left, and he told him like, hey, maybe you can get some money at a pawn shop. Guy went to a pawn shop. And then he was still in there. Kevin was still in the GameStop. He left, came back to the GameStop, said, man, you were right. They didn't give me nothing for him. And then the guys, Kevin said he felt bad for him and gave him $20. And I think he said also half the games didn't work. And even if they did work, it wasn't like smooth and whatnot. So there was maybe some 360 games, some PS2. One of them was PS2 Budokai. And hell, it might be one of the rare ones. Actually, it might be. There was one, I'm not sure if it was Raging Blast or Budokai, but there's one worth a good bit of money. I'm not sure what it is. And I told this guy that I will take those. And since he's dealing with me, willing and dealing with me, I'll take those home and give them professional buffing and cleaning. With some I got, which, hell, I'm all over the place here. I might do a show off Saturday review of a new cleaning project that I got. I might do it this weekend or next weekend. So, we're talking back and forth, and I'm getting maybe in a couple words in. He's talking about the stuff he has, his game collection. He's got some kind of arcade setup with like Droid or some other shit, 2,500, 3,000 games. I'm like, I'm not understanding some of this stuff, man. He talks, he has a modded Wii. I mean, this guy's hardcore, man. This guy's hard fucking core. So a person like this is a valuable asset to have. And for him, likewise, I'm probably a valuable asset to have too, because, he doesn't know a lot about cleaning systems, fixing things. I know like a little bit, and he's intrigued by my disc cleaning, and yeah. So Kevin, man, Kevin just kept fucking talking. He kept fucking talking, and Kevin has some daughters. He has some daughters. I can't remember how many. I don't know if they all were at the table. I think he has a newborn also, because I heard a kid in the background. And I'm wondering, okay, so this guy talks so fucking much. I'm like, how did he find time? Or like, how did sex even happen? Because, you guys kind of annoying. I'm thinking like, okay, he would turn off most females. But watch him have like a supermodel wife, and I'm like, what's going on? Maybe he has like a lot of money or a good job or something like that. But I was just thinking to myself, man, he just won't let anybody talk. And he seems to talk constantly. So I'm thinking like he's probably multitasking, and when he's fucking this chick and he's making babies, he's probably like constantly talking about stuff or talking about the instance and whatnot. Yeah. But I just wanted to share that. I thought that'd be interesting to some of you guys and gals. Now I'm going to go in there and I'm going to hit the Goodwill and see what I can do. Wish me luck on the auctions.